Good morning, sunshine. Welcome to Switzerland. Christine here. Welcome to my kitchen. It's early morning here. Well, it's about 7 in the morning here, and my husband is sick. Thanks for watching the replay. Thanks for joining. I'm going to put you guys down here in a minute. My husband is sick, and I'm making a really easy, simple chicken bouillon or chicken broth we're going to use for soup. We're going to use the chicken for some nachos later. Welcome, guys. Come on in. It's morning. It's morning time here. So I've had my first sip of coffee just with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. It is easy. When I say easy, I mean like lazy cooking. Because we're going to be making like a long cooking chicken broth. So it's not a lot of chopping. That's what I love about making this kind of soup. So I'm going to go ahead and put you guys down so you can see. Good morning. Where are you guys watching from? You're in Switzerland, by the way. Welcome to, and I'm sorry, I don't have my tripod is upstairs and I didn't want to mess with it because I'm really doing it quick as I can before everyone wakes up. Okay, so what we're going to do, I've got my chicken. I just went through the refrigerator and got whatever vegetables that need to be used up. Today's Friday, so we got our vegetable delivery coming. You guys watched the replay on the Farmer Box Friday. So I'm just using up everything that's we don't, like maybe like some old stuff or whatever. Just it's like a good way to empty your refrigerator so you don't waste vegetables. Now, sorry. So I've got some carrots. All right. I've got some leeks. We saw last week we had the leeks in the veggie box. These are actually the leek tops. Oh, sorry, dripping water. These are actually the tops of the leeks that I told you I was going to save for later. Let me show you why. I've washed them. In leeks, usually you would toss these out. But if you like tear these open, this has got a great onion flavor. So we're going to be using this. It's going to be really good in our soup. So I'm just going to like chunk that up. I'm not even going to finely chop it. That's the good thing about this kind of soup. I've got some celery root, and an onion on the floor. I've got some celery root. That's celiac. You might know it. We learned about that last week, last Friday, so that's going in there. This is like celery, but it's celery root. It's really, really good. Onions and some herbs. Oh yeah, almost a full head of garlic. I keep dropping everything. It's too early, guys. It's too early, and that's why, like, if you guys are taking care of anyone who's sick, you know the importance of getting something, like cooking something, but quick, all right? Because we don't want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. Last week my daughter was sick all week. I was taking care of her, and this week my husband was like really sick. So I want to get something done in the pot, all right? I've got this big, I'll show you later. This is my big cast iron pot. You could do this in a slow cooker or a regular pot. You don't need anything special. Have I got my COVID vaccination? I have not. We're probably going to leave the virus that shall not be named. We're going to leave that out today because it's too early in the morning for me for that. I haven't had coffee. But no, I haven't. No. So yeah. Have you? And good morning, by the way. It's a good way to start too. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and chop these up. Let me show you how we do this. Get my chicken over here. I can put my little chicken over here. Normally, we'd have such a better setup for you guys to watch, but like I said, everything's upstairs and I didn't have time to mess with it. Okay, so we're going to chop. Now, here's what I want to show you. This is the easy part, all right? Maybe over here. Sorry, I don't know if you guys even how good you can even see. Okay, this is what I love about cooking like this, because you're going to be slow cooking it for a long time. Now, here I've got 4 carrots, all right? These are organic, so I don't have to peel them. If you're using non-organic carrots, you want to peel them, okay? This is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to chunk these up, just like that. Okay, I'm not going to cut them up fine or, be really picky about it because they're just going in the pot, all right? Put those in the bowl for the side. So really, you just chunk them up. And yes, I left the tops on because they're washed. It's easier because I want to get this done in, like, as quick as I can. Then I'm going to get all of these leek. These are the tops of the leeks. All right. Chunk that up. And I'm not even going to, I don't know how good you guys can see that. But but I'm not even I'm not gonna be finely chopping anything because it's gonna be cooking for about at least 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, 5, maybe even longer, probably about 8 to 9 hours. So just throw that in there. Okay, now we're gonna get the celery root. This is that celiac. Now this you want to peel. Let me move you guys over, you can see a little bit better. I'm sorry about this setup. I'm just not getting my tripod from upstairs. So this you can see I'm just going to peel it because it's got that outer, yeah, that's just the outside peel of the celiac, which is truly a root vegetable that is just undervalued, I think, underappreciated. Because it adds such a nice deepness to your soups. And it's really nutritious. I like it better than using the stalk celery. I like it better. So I'm just going to, again, chunk that up. I'm not going to slice it up really pretty, delicate. This is lazy cooking, all right? For all you caretakers, or if you guys are sick at home by yourself and you don't have the energy either to like finely chop up everything. You don't have to, because this broth is going to be cooking for a very long time, and after 8 or 9 hours, these vegetables are going to be mushy, and all of the flavor is going to be gone anyway. So don't worry about making it some beautiful, like, Martha Stewart, or, so you just chunk them up like that. That's fine. That's good. That's enough. Now the onions, you're really going to like this idea. I say idea, I don't know. I always make, I've been making my own bouillon for years, and I used to always spend so much time chopping them up, and then they would cook for like, yeah, like I said, like 8 or 9 hours, sometimes even overnight, slow cooking. And then by the time it was all done, like everything was just dissolved. I was like, okay, well, I tried it. So then I tried it again without finely chopping, and it works just as good. Okay, I'm going to take a head of garlic. This is just a little bit under a head, but I would have, if I had the whole one, we get a delivery today, so I know we've got more coming. I'm going to actually just, this is that rooty top. I'm just going to cut off that rooty top. That's it. If I can. Okay, and that's going to my compost. And the rest, I'm just going to cut them in half and put them in the pot like that. That's it. That's the easy, because like if you're sick, or if you're taking care of someone who's sick, you really want to save as much time as possible. And yes, the skins are going into. So because we're going to be straining this after. We're going to be straining out all those big solids. The onions, same thing. Now this one has a little bit, this one's a little bit, seen better days. So I'm going to just cut off the ends and then cut off that part right there because it's looking special there. There we go. And I just cut off the ends because there might be a little bit of dirt in the roots, in the root ball, and I don't want that in my soup. So you just chunk it up. Skins, okay, good. If that one falls off, you throw it off. But get that one. Skins and all, and that's it. That's your onion chopping. And you guys might be like, what? You're not even going to peel it? No, I'm not, because I'm tired. And you don't have to. These are all organic. I've washed them already. They're okay. I am going to cut off that root ball, though. You see that? Because that might have dirt in it, and I don't want dirt in my soup, of course. And this does have a little bit of aging on it, so I'm going to take that off. All right, don't call the authorities. And I'm almost done, so this is like really, really fast food prep. I'm going to take this one off just because it's got a little bit of aging on it. But you don't worry about cutting up finely or julienne or anything. Nothing fancy. Okay? You guys are very, very quiet over there. I guess it's probably in the middle of the night where you guys are. So you're in Switzerland, it's early morning. Okay, and the last thing is, that's my garlic skin over there, crunching on the floor, is an apple. You might be like, what? This is actually a tip from Terry Turner. She's one of my favorite cooks. She has a great blog called No Crumbs Left. She does this. I'm just going to half it. I'm going to put in, this is all going whole in the pan. We're going to throw that in our pot. Now let me, really quick, I got to open my chicken. And that is on a plastic board because I'm going to have to wash it in the dishwasher after. You never want to put meat like chicken or pork or anything like that on a wooden cutting board because you can't wash it out. So here's our chicken. I'm going to cut that string off. Now, what I like about this method is because I'm going to get about 3 meals out of one chicken. This is how you stretch your food budget as well. Hold on, sorry, let me move you there. So, because I'm going to use the broth for soup, I can get probably about maybe two soups. One, at least, depending on how many people you're feeding, but I can get 1 to 2 soups out of the broth, and then 2 meals with the chicken. So, yeah, we like to stretch our food out. Thanks for the hearts, by the way. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to step in front of you because I got to wash the chicken. Hold on. Go over there for a minute. You're going to wash the chicken. You don't have to pat it dry or anything. It's just to go in the pot anyway. Okay, sorry to stick my back there in your face. Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands. Excuse me. Okay. All right. Now we're ready for the soup pot. See, this is what I look like in the morning. So you guys are being very kind. Okay. Let me show you my pride and joy. My cast iron pot. Here's the Swiss morning, by the way. Hold on. Hold on. You guys want to see outside the window? See, there's the sunshine. Just to let you know, the sun does rise in the morning. It is Friday morning. Spoiler alert, the sun will come up, okay? I promise. Okay, so let's go ahead. Here's our pot. This is a cast iron pot. And the other's a little bit of charring on the bottom, but that's okay. Overheated it and I'm gonna have to oil it, but we're not gonna do that right now. Okay, so we're gonna put our chicken in, just the whole chicken. Okay, some people might cut it up. It would be better, honestly, but as it cooks, it starts to break up, and I just kind of mash it apart with my wooden spoon. So I'm not messing with it. Let me get this out of the way. Hold on. Here's our chicken in the pot. And now we're gonna put in our vegetables. So gonna get all of these, like these are all the leek tops that normally people would just throw away. They're going in there because it's got a lot of good onion flavor. And then again, you don't have to chop up anything fine or delicate because it's gonna be cooking for a long time. At midday, I'm gonna take some chicken out for our lunch and let the broth continue to cook. Those are our leeks. Now we're gonna put in our carrots. They're organic, so I did not peel them. And yes, I just chunked them up like that, because you don't need anything fancy. When you guys are sick, or you're taking care of someone sick, you don't have time for fancy. And even all the time, I never cut these up too fine, because they're gonna dissolve after cooking down for so long anyway. Then we have our celery root. All right, that's the celiac. We have our onions, which again, I just chunked up really big. And I mean, honestly, if the skins hadn't looked so, if they had seen better days, I would have just kept the skins on the onions too, because it doesn't hurt anything. Half a clove of garlic, or no, a whole head of garlic. And I didn't even take them out of the skin. You don't need to. A lot of chefs will roast the garlic whole in the shell, and I don't even mess with it. Okay, that's that. And the last thing we need is our apple. So I did just half that, but that's all you gotta do. Throw it in, and there's your soup. Now, you guys, I know you're thinking this is like the joke. It's not. You're gonna be cooking this for 8-9 hours, sometimes even overnight, and all of these vegetables are going to really like dissolve. They're gonna, all of the flavor is gonna come out, and then it's just not. Yeah, we're gonna run it through a sieve. We're gonna strain it off, and all of that stuff will be gone anyway. So let's get some water. We gotta add our herbs actually. So we're gonna add, I don't know, like a good teaspoon of thyme. This is dried thyme. Okay. fresh thyme if you had it, but I don't have any. Rosemary. I don't know, half a teaspoon maybe. Bay leaves. And this is probably a combination of different chefs I've been following over the years. Like, I know, let's do two. We'll do 2 bay leaves because one is small. So half bay leaf. Because this next one I know is Martha Stewart. I know that. She does a whole, like a teaspoon of peppercorns whole. So whole peppercorns in there. And we need some salt. I don't know. Let's see, maybe my salt's not wanting to come out. I have to do this with one hand. Do a big pinch, yeah? And then plus a little pinch. There you go. You can salt it later more if you need it. I mean, because we're just making like a broth, okay, which we're going to use for soup base. We're going to be using the chicken for other stuff. And now we need the cool water. So we get at least a liter of water, I think. Let's see what that looks like. And our chicken is under there. Oh, that's my stove, sorry. Okay, I'm just going to pour that over. Yeah, that's about 2 liters. I'm going to add another liter of cold water. You can use any vegetables you have in your refrigerator or in your cabinet or wherever you keep your vegetables. This is just, and this is not the same recipe every time. Okay, so that's about. Now I'm gonna fill it up because I want a lot of broth. That's 3 liters of water I have in there, and you see it's just before the rim of the pot. Okay. That stirred up a little bit. See our chicken in there. Now I will not probably come back on here and check. I'm probably not going to scope again until later, just to show you a quick recap. So if you guys want to follow me, be sure you're following me. And you can see what I'm going to do as it starts to boil. I'm going to turn it on high heat. When it starts to boil, I'm going to turn it down on low heat because it's going to be cooking for a long. It's 7:24. So it took me about 10 minutes. About 10 minutes to do this. So and that's going to be the base for several meals later. So as it's cooking throughout the day, I'm going to mash the chicken and separate it from because there's a whole chicken in there. Okay, so let's put it on the back of the stove over here. Put that over there. It's very hard to do this one-handed. Okay. And we will say goodnight. Say cheers. Say goodnight. That's our cast iron pot. There's my salt I spilled everywhere. Doesn't matter. And then she's going to sit there for at least 8 or 9 hours. But we're going to have in about 5 hours, or maybe even earlier. Whenever the chicken's done, I'm going to take the chicken off the bone. This is important. And then I'm going to leave the bones in there to continue cooking. Okay, because that's got all that good stuff in it. Sometimes I even break up the bones and put them back in the pot. We're going to see how much time I have later. But okay. So guys, that is it. I'm going to leave you with this as our closing shot. Let me see. Yeah, that's better. It's natural light. Okay. So I wish you guys a lovely, lovely day. Stay safe and stay kind. Okay. And if you guys are having a bad day, just remember that it is Friday morning. Here, I'm in from the future. And the sun does come up. Spoiler alert. Even if it's raining wherever you are, the sun will come back to wherever you are in the morning. Okay? All right. Bye.